So, let's get this straight. You survived the all-nighters, the group projects, the thesis no one else understood. You did everything your parents, teachers, and guidance counselors told you to do. You walked across that stage, degree in hand, thinking, I made it. Your family cheered, your friends hugged you, and for a moment, it felt like all the sacrifices were worth it. You followed the script: school, grades, degree, supposedly a ticket to stability. You believed in the promise that hard work and education would open doors. But then reality hit. Entry-level jobs want years of experience. Internships don't pay. Your emails go unanswered. According to a 2023 survey, 53% of recent grads are either unemployed or underemployed. Friends with impressive degrees are delivering food or driving rideshare. One friend, Sarah, graduated top of her class in biology. Now she's juggling 3 gig jobs just to pay rent. It feels like a bait and switch. You were promised a ladder, but got a series of unstable gigs. The American dream feels more like a moving target. It's not just you, an entire generation feels this whiplash. In fact, 68% of Gen Z workers say they feel anxious about their financial future. The old promise was clear: invest in a degree, get a stable life. Your parents bought houses in their 20s. Now, you're lucky if you can afford rent. But now, the locks have changed. Your key doesn't fit. The rules of the game shifted while you were still playing. You question your choices: major, school, networking. But the truth is, it's not your fault. The system moved the goalposts. The rules changed, but no one told you. There was no memo, no warning, just a sudden collective confusion. The economy shifted to short-term contracts and instant results. In 2022, over 36% of U.S. workers participated in the gig economy. The gig economy doesn't care about your potential or your years of study. It's about speed, flexibility, and being disposable. It only cares about what you can do right now, for the lowest price. The value of your degree feels invisible, and that's a tough pill to swallow when you're drowning in student debt. Every month the bills come, but the opportunities don't. You're not the problem. The system is. More and more young people are speaking out, demanding change. You were trained for a marathon, but dropped into a chaotic sprint. The pressure is relentless, and the finish line keeps moving. Welcome to the new world of work. It's confusing, overwhelming, and sometimes unfair, but you're not alone in feeling lost. Let's rewind. For much of the 20th century, a college degree was seen as the surest path to a better life. Your parents' generation had a deal: work hard, stay loyal, and the company took care of you. Steady paychecks, benefits, and a clear career ladder were the norm. In the 1950s and 60s, college grads could expect to land jobs at companies like IBM, Ford, or AT&T, and stay there for decades. A college degree was your VIP pass, proof you could learn and grow. It opened doors to stable careers, not just jobs. Companies invested in you, training you for the long haul. General Electric, for example, was famous for its management training programs that turned new grads into future leaders. Your first job was the start of a career, not just a paycheck. People expected to climb the ranks year after year. Life was predictable. You could plan for a house, a family, retirement. The American dream felt within reach. Your job was your identity. I work for IBM meant something. That world is gone. The social contract is shredded. Layoffs, outsourcing, and economic shocks have changed everything. Staying with one company for decades is now rare, even odd. Today, the average worker changes jobs every few years. A degree might get you an interview, but not a guaranteed seat at the table. Real-world experience, networking, and luck matter more than ever. Stability and predictability have been replaced by uncertainty. The gig economy and contract work are the new normal. The golden ticket has lost its shine. Student debt is up, and the return on investment is no longer guaranteed. The old promises are just echoes in today's chaotic job market. Even law and business school grads face underemployment. The rules have changed, and so has the value of your degree. What was once a golden ticket is now just the price of entry, and sometimes not even that. So, what happened? Why did companies stop seeing new grads as long-term investments? Over the past few decades, companies have become obsessed with efficiency, cutting costs, maximizing profits, and staying lean. This shift accelerated after the 2008 financial crisis, when businesses realized they could survive and even thrive with fewer full-time employees. employees started to be seen less as long-term assets and more as short-term expenses. According to a Harvard Business Review study, over 60% of companies now prioritize immediate productivity over long-term employee development. Why invest in training a new grad when you can hire a freelancer or contractor who already has the skills for a short-term project? This trend is especially strong in tech and creative industries, where project-based work is the norm. Technology has made it easier than ever to hire talent from anywhere in the world, often at a lower cost. Platforms like Upwork and Fiverr have normalized the idea of a global, on-demand workforce. Meanwhile, universities haven't kept pace. Many grads leave with theoretical knowledge, but lack the hands-on skills employers want. As one HR expert from Deloitte puts it, the gap between what schools teach and what companies need has never been wider. Case in point. In 2023, major firms like Meta and Amazon laid off thousands, while simultaneously increasing their reliance on contract workers. Industry analysts say this is part of a larger trend. Companies want flexibility, not commitment. The result? New grads are left to navigate a job market that expects them to arrive work-ready, with little support or training. And unless something changes, this trend is likely to continue. Enter the gig economy. Freedom, flexibility, and fierce competition. Here, what you've done matters more than where you studied. Platforms like Upwork and Uber care about one thing: results. For example, Maria, a freelance designer, landed her first big client not because of her art degree, but because her portfolio showed real client success stories and glowing reviews. Your degree, GPA, and thesis? Irrelevant. When Jake, a new grad, applied for delivery gigs, no one asked about his major, just his delivery stats and customer feedback. All that matters is your star rating and client reviews. A single bad review can set you back, while a streak of 5 stars can open doors to higher-paying gigs. New grads start at zero, competing with seasoned freelancers who already have dozens of completed projects and a wall of positive feedback. To get gigs, you need experience, but to get experience, you need gigs. It's a catch-22 that leaves many new grads stuck. Many work for little or nothing just to build a portfolio. Like Priya, who took on low-paying writing jobs to earn her first reviews, hoping to eventually charge what her work was worth. The gig economy dismantles mentorship and growth. Instead of learning from experienced colleagues, you're left to figure things out alone. You're on your own, no guidance, no investment in your future. For many, like Sam, a rideshare driver, there's no one to show you the ropes or help you level up. It's a series of transactions, not a career path. Each job is a one-off, with little chance to build lasting relationships or climb a ladder. The hustle never ends, and the ladder is gone. Instead, you're expected to juggle multiple gigs, always chasing the next opportunity. You're expected to have all the skills from day one: project management, communication, marketing, and more. The most in-demand skills now? Adaptability, self-promotion, and the ability to deliver fast, high-quality results. For new grads, it's a tough, lonely start. But for those who can prove themselves with results, there's a chance to break through. Take Sarah, top design school grad, great portfolio. But like 65% of new grads, she's carrying student loan debt, on average, over $37,000. She's told she needs more real experience, so she turns to freelance sites. The gigs pay $10 an hour, sometimes less. She's forced to compete on price, working for far less than she's worth. Rent, groceries, and loan payments eat up nearly every dollar. Her degree hangs on the wall, but the gigs barely pay rent. Nearly 40% of grads move back home to save money. Or David, with a master's in journalism, he pitches stories, gets paid per article, and earns less than minimum wage. He's not alone. 53% of gig workers say their income is unpredictable. The gig economy lets companies buy your skills without paying for your education. To survive, grads track every expense, cut subscriptions, and take on side hustles. You shoulder the costs and risks, while companies get top talent on demand. Don't forget, gig workers pay self-employment tax too. It's a race to the bottom. New grads are forced to sell their skills cheap. Some set strict budgets, automate savings, and use apps to track spending. A degree in computer science becomes, "I'll build your website for $200. Financial advisors recommend building an emergency fund, even if it's just $10 a week. A degree in English becomes, "I'll write product descriptions for $25. Some grads turn to online communities for support and money-saving tips. This isn't building a career, it's a constant hustle. Meal prepping, splitting rent, and side gigs become survival strategies. The promise was leverage. The reality is a struggle to get by. Many grads lean on family or friends just to make ends meet. In the gig economy, your degree is often invisible. But with smart budgeting, community, and persistence, some grads are finding ways to survive, one gig at a time. Instability isn't just financial, it's mental, emotional, and physical. The freedom of gig work often means constant anxiety, never knowing when the next paycheck will come, or if you'll have enough to cover rent and health insurance. No stable job means you never clock out. The workday bleeds into the night and weekends disappear. You worry about the next project, getting sick, or falling behind. There's no paid time off, no sick days, and no safety net. Burnout, anxiety, and depression are common. Many share stories of working through fevers or panic attacks, afraid to lose clients or fall behind. The pressure to always be on is exhausting, and with no employer-provided benefits, every doctor's visit or emergency feels like a financial risk. Traditional jobs offered community. Gig work is isolating. Many freelancers miss the camaraderie and support of an office. You're alone, responsible for your work and your morale. The emotional toll can be crushing. The system blames you for not hustling hard enough. If you're struggling, it's seen as a personal failure, not a broken system. Millions feel like failures, but the system is broken. Stories of burnout and breakdowns are everywhere, but rarely discussed openly. The mental health crisis among Gen Z is no accident. It's the result of relentless pressure, isolation, and lack of support. Economic precarity is taking its toll. The hidden costs of freelancing and self-employment go far beyond money. They're paid in stress, loneliness, and health. So, what's the solution? How do you not just survive, but thrive in a system that wasn't built for you? First, know this isn't your fault. Experts agree. The gig economy is tough on new grads, but it's not a reflection of your worth or effort. You're not a failure. You're navigating a broken system. Resilience is key, but so is community. Let go of the blame. Practice self-care and mindfulness to manage stress. These are real tools, not just buzzwords. Adapt by building practical skills and real-world projects. Create a portfolio. Show, don't just tell, what you can do. Network genuinely. Keep learning, and think of yourself as your own business. Join online communities, attend virtual events, and don't be afraid to reach out for informational interviews. It's not fair, but it's reality. Take inspiration from people like Maya, who started with small freelance gigs and, over time, built a steady client base by specializing in social media management. But individual adaptation isn't enough. Learn to manage your finances, track your income, save for taxes, and set aside money for emergencies. Universities must bridge the gap with hands-on learning and real-world prep. Advocate for more courses on freelancing, entrepreneurship, and financial literacy. Career services should support alumni for life. Push for ongoing mentorship programs and alumni networks that help you stay connected. We need a new social contract, portable benefits, stronger protections, and affordable education. Get involved in advocacy, sign petitions, and vote for leaders who prioritize these issues. Companies must be incentivized to invest in people again. Seek out employers who offer training, mentorship, and real growth opportunities. The focus must shift to long-term sustainable growth. Build skills that last, and look for ways to contribute to projects with real impact. The future depends on it, and remember, you're not alone. There's a whole generation rewriting the rules together. The game is rigged, but now you know the rules, and how to start changing them. With the right strategies, support, and a willingness to adapt, you can carve your own path in the gig economy.